If I am to teach you to conform to the image of Jesus, and I don't already, or I am not even conforming to his image already, how am I going to teach you to conform? Ephesians 4, and I'm reading from verse 11 to 13. And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Christ, till we all come in the unity of faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ. So you see, the reason God calls some of us and sent us is to make sure that you are taught to perfection. You are taught about Jesus till you come into the stature of the measure of Jesus. You happen to have a pastor that always tell you he's a human being and that he's prone to sin, and you still stay under his tutelage. Where will he take you? Where will he take you? If I am to teach you to have the knowledge of Jesus Christ and become a perfect man, if I am supposed to teach you to become perfect, who am I supposed to be? If God called a sinner to teach the body of Christ to become perfect, does God have sense? If I am not perfect, how am I going to teach you to be perfect? Because he talked about the knowledge of Jesus. That is what will make you perfect. And if I am not perfect in that knowledge, how am I going to teach you to be perfect in him? So if you sit under the tutelage of a so-called pastor that continually tell you that he is a sinner and he is a human being, and you still stay there, when are you going to be perfect? You and your pastor are going to hell. Your first pastor will go and fornicate. When he is caught, he said, oh, I'm a human being. It can happen to you. You need the Spirit of God, the genuine Spirit of God, to understand the things I'm teaching you. Because the Bible says the natural man cannot understand spiritual things, and he cannot even receive, and he cannot, just can't. He said because they are spiritually discerned, and that natural man is carnal. It does not belong to them. You see, I hear pastors preaching, there is no perfect man, there is nobody perfect, all of us are sinners. If you are a sinner, how have you ever read in the Bible that the sinner will go to heaven? Where in the Bible that says the sinner will go to heaven? Then you tell them you are going to heaven. I know many people will not agree with me, but listen to me. Whether you agree with me on what is written is written. The issue is not whether you agree with me or not, but the issue is what is it written here. He said, I am to teach you to come to the fullness of the faith of Jesus Christ, the full stature of him. That is to say, to become like him. If I am not like him, how am I going to teach you to become like him? I cannot listen to somebody, a pastor that says he's a human being. You can't help me if you're a human being. You cannot help me. In the first place, you are not even born again. You can't help me, because my Bible says that which is born of the Spirit is spirit, and that which is born of the flesh is, and we are born of the Spirit. So if you are born of the Spirit and you claim to be a flesh, then you are saying God is a liar. That is why the Apostle Paul says the war you are fighting is not the one of the flesh. He went further to say, we are not fighting flesh and blood, but principalities and powers. How can flesh, human being, fight those entities? That God will not be a just God. If you are flesh and blood, and he asks you to go and fight spiritual entity. If God tells you as human being to fight spiritual entity, God is not being just. Thank God you truly are born again. That is not who you are. You are a spiritual, a child of God whom he has vested power. So you can equally stand and resist the devil, the master devil. So he can tell you to resist the devil and he will flee. The reason many Christians are losing this spiritual battle, they have accepted the fact they are human beings. You are human. There is no way you can fight spiritual beings. God is very wise. God does not do anything like that. He does not just speak and speak anyhow. He doesn't speak at random. He said resist the devil, and you claim to be flesh and blood. Somebody will say, if they catch you now, are you telling me they will not see blood? You might see blood, but I may not see blood. Why? Because I walk by faith, not by sight. Seeing blood does not make me flesh and blood. When Jesus rose from the dead, did people see him or not? Was he flesh and blood? Didn't Thomas touch him? Didn't Thomas discover the wounds in his body? How did he go to heaven? People touched him. He ate with them. He ate. And yet, he was a spirit. And he's a spirit till today. That is why Romans 12 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Refuse to accept what you see. If God has said otherwise about your situation, let your mind accept what God has said. So you see, God does not just pick you and in 2 days he calls you to say, go and evangelize, get me a church, gather people for me and let's make it. You need to grow and become like Jesus before he will entrust into your hand the things of the kingdom. The fact that somebody can read the Bible and give you a little explanation does not qualify him to be a preacher, a pastor or what. The Bible says anybody desire to be a bishop, it's okay, he's good, but he must be blameless. The fact that he has sweet mouth to be able to convince you does not qualify him in the sight of God as a preacher. The person must be blameless. But until you get to the fullness of the stature of Jesus, you will be blamable. And that is when if you truly God is going to use you, he needs to take you through a process where by the time you come out, you become well refined. And if anybody is going to blame you, it will be for a persecution, not because you really have committed what he claims. Why God called you amongst your family members, brought you here, is to see you grow into the image of Jesus. See you conform to the image of Jesus Christ, not the image of Adam. You are not supposed to conform to the image of Adam. You are not to conform to the image of your parent, but you are to conform to the image of the Father. Conform. You must be blameless. If God is going to use you, if God is going to give you the reason he brought you into his kingdom, you must first be blameless. In your house, in your workplace, in your environment, amongst your relations, amongst your friends, you must be blameless. I am going to declare his truth till the whole world accepts him. I'm a preacher, so I must preach the truth because I am born with the truth. So I can not speak otherwise. Apostle John said, if they don't accept our teachings, it's because they are not of us. Those who are of us, when they hear, they receive and they understand because they are spiritual beings. It's his own will that he created you with his truth to become like Jesus. Then you say, no, I can't become like, I'm a sinner. How can I be like this? And again, if anybody attacks you, you say, greater is he that is me. What a contradiction. You are a sinner and you say Jesus dwells in you. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 1. Be ye therefore followers of God as dear children. How can a dog imitate a cow? Tell me, how do you want a dog to imitate a cow? But here he says, be ye imitators of God, not as human beings, but as his children. How does that Amplify put it?
Amplified, I read. Ephesians 5 verse 1. Therefore, be imitators of God. Copy him and follow his examples.
Hey!
Beloved children, imitate.
Hey! If you are a human being and God tells you to imitate him, God is not being just, but he knows who you are. As his child, he knows what he has invested in you. So he knows you can imitate him. You can be like him. He is a God of justice. Whatever he does accordingly. He doesn't speak anyhow. How can God tell a sinner to imitate him? And how even can a sinner imitate God? Sinner already is imitating the devil. So how can God say to a sinner to imitate him. He used the word there as dear children. If God is your dear father, then you must of a necessity imitate him. Behave like him. Do everything you do like him. Hate all evil. Abandon all iniquities. And walk in righteousness. Don't go justifying yourself when you commit evil. I'm a human being. What condemn already? You are on your way to hell. You have condemned yourself. Justifying yourself as a sinner. You don't deserve God.